I am Luciana Hartwin. Welcome to the Lilith Verse. As always, we would appreciate a comment, a like, and a subscribe. The Spectre of Lilith, echoes of the rebellious goddess in history's icons. Lilith, the enigmatic figure who predates Eve in some Jewish folklore, has cast a long and captivating shadow. More than just a name in dusty myths. She's a potent symbol, a spark that ignites imaginations across centuries. Depicted as a powerful, independent woman who defied societal norms, she remains a potent archetype, the embodiment of rebellion, sexuality, and the untamed feminine. But could her influence extend beyond the realm of ancient myths? Could whispers of her rebellious spirit be found echoing in the lives of history's most famous and controversial women? The answer, like Lilith herself, is shrouded in intrigue. Delving into the stories of these women, we find striking parallels, intriguing resonances that suggest something deeper than mere coincidence. It's not about imposing a singular interpretation on each figure, but rather recognizing the enduring appeal of the Lilith archetype, a whisper in the cultural winds, a reminder of the complexities of female power and the ever-present struggle for agency. From myth to muse, the transformation of Lilith. Lilith's journey through history is a fascinating one. Initially portrayed as a malevolent demon harming children, her image evolved. The legend of her refusal to submit to Adam resonated with those questioning societal expectations, and her association with nocturnal freedom and sexuality sparked artistic and literary interpretations. From the mystical writings of the Kabbalah to the haunting poetry of John Keats, Lilith's image transformed. Symbolists like Dante Gabriel Rossetti depicted her as a beautiful yet dangerous femme fatale, while feminist interpretations reclaimed her as a symbol of female empowerment. This ever-shifting portrayal reflects the complexities of female power itself, simultaneously alluring and threatening, nurturing and destructive. Seeking echoes, unveiling the Lilith archetype. With Lilith as our guide, we embark on a quest to find echoes of her spirit in history's most captivating figures. Each woman we encounter possesses her own unique story, a tapestry woven with triumphs and tragedies, choices and consequences. Yet within the intricate threads, we might discern hints of the rebellious spirit, the defiance against societal norms, and the untamed feminine energy that resonates with Lilith's archetype. Helen of Troy, beauty's enigmatic power. Few figures spark debates like Helen of Troy. Was she a pawn in men's power struggles, or did she actively manipulate them for her own ends? Homer's Iliad paints her as the catalyst for the Trojan War, a symbol of beauty that incites both desire and destruction. Yet later interpretations explore her agency, portraying her as a victim of circumstance, forced into a tragic role. The ambiguity surrounding Helen's choices echoes the complexities of Lilith. Both women possessed beauty that transcended the ordinary, attracting powerful men and defying societal expectations. Yet their stories leave us questioning, were they mere objects of desire, or did they wield their allure as a weapon, shaping their destinies according to their own desires? Cleopatra, Queen of the Nile and mistress of her own fate. Cleopatra, the last active pharaoh of ancient Egypt, defied expectations like no other. Refusing to be dominated by Roman powers, she negotiated alliances, secured her son's place on the throne, and captivated the hearts of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. Her political wisdom, strategic brilliance, and unapologetic embrace of her sexuality challenged Roman patriarchal norms. Like Lilith, Cleopatra refused to submit to the will of men. She negotiated on her own terms, wielding her intellect and charisma to secure her kingdom's future. Both women faced demonization from those who felt threatened by their power and independence, leaving behind legacies that continue to spark debate and admiration. Marie Antoinette, beyond the let them eat cake myth. Marie Antoinette, the Queen of France during the volatile pre-revolution years, continues to be a lightning rod for controversy. Often reduced to the frivolous caricature spouting, "Let them eat cake," her story deserves a more nuanced examination. While some historians condemn her as a clueless spendthrift whose extravagance fueled the revolution's flames, others illuminate her political influence, genuine reform attempts, and ultimately tragic fate. But beyond the historical debates, Antoinette's story carries an intriguing resonance with the archetype of Lilith. Despite the constraints of her royal position, she defied societal expectations through her embrace of fashion and pleasure. Her extravagant dress and playful demeanor were seen by many as frivolous indulgences, contradicting the conservative norms of the time. Much like Lilith, who refused to submit to Adam's dominion, Antoinette challenged established power structures through her choices, although within the confines of her limited agency. However, her defiance carried a heavy price. Like Lilith, who faced demonization and ultimately a violent end, Marie Antoinette was vilified by the revolutionaries, painted as a symbol of everything wrong with the ancient regime. Her tragic execution, fueled by rumor and resentment, resonated with Archetypes' association with misfortune and persecution. But does this comparison portray Marie Antoinette solely as a victim? Not entirely. Recent scholarship explores her active involvement in politics, advocating for progressive reforms on issues like healthcare and education. While her efforts were often thwarted by a rigid court structure, they reveal a woman striving to use her limited power for positive change. This agency, although constrained, aligns with Lilith's depiction as a powerful figure, independent and unafraid to challenge the status quo. The true story of Marie Antoinette is more complex than the caricature history has often presented. Examining her life through the lens of the Lilith archetype invites a deeper understanding of the societal pressures she faced, the subversive nature of her choices, and the tragic culmination of defying expectations in a volatile political climate. It's a reminder that historical figures, however controversial, deserve nuanced interpretations that move beyond simplistic narratives and acknowledge the complexities of their lives and legacies. Elizabeth I, the Virgin Queen who rooted for Lilith. Queen Elizabeth I, Tudor, the last monarch of the Tudor dynasty, reigned over England from 1558 to 1603. A period known as the Elizabethan era. Her reign is celebrated for cultural flourishing, political stability, and the defeat of the Spanish Armada. But beyond the historical triumphs, a closer look reveals an intriguing echo of the Lilith archetype within Elizabeth's life and choices. Defying expectations. Born illegitimate due to her mother's execution, Elizabeth faced adversity from the start. Yet she defied limitations. Educated in languages, literature, and statecraft, she cultivated a sharp intellect and unwavering independence. Refusing marriage, she declared herself married to England, prioritizing her reign over the traditional pressures of wifehood and motherhood. This choice mirrored Lilith's rejection of Adam's authority, choosing autonomy over prescribed roles. Power and political prowess. Elizabeth skillfully navigated a male-dominated world, playing political rivals against each other and forging alliances for England's benefit. Though surrounded by advisors, she made bold decisions, demonstrating strategic brilliance and leadership reminiscent of Lilith's powerful image. Like Lilith, she faced demonization from opponents, painted as a manipulative and even cruel, yet her legacy as a strong and cunning monarch endures. A queen of contradictions. Elizabeth's embrace of feminine power wasn't devoid of ambiguity. While she cultivated an image of virginity, wielding it as a symbol of national unity, she also actively manipulated perceptions, fostering carefully crafted portraits and maintaining an aura of mystery. This duality aligns with Lilith's complex nature, blending allure with independence and leaving space for varied interpretations. Lilith's legacy in the Elizabethan Age. Beyond Elizabeth's individual story, the Elizabethan era itself witnessed a flourishing of female voices and artistic expression. Playwrights like Christopher Marlowe explored themes of female agency and rebellion, while strong female characters graced the stage. This cultural shift suggests a broader societal resonance with the Lilith archetype, hinting at a shared yearning for female empowerment during Elizabeth's reign. However, it's important to avoid simplistic comparisons. Elizabeth, like any historical figure, deserves a nuanced understanding beyond mere archetypal comparisons. Her motivations and circumstances were shaped by her unique context, and analyzing her through the lens of Lilith should invite reflection rather than definitive pronouncements. Exploring Elizabeth's life through the lens of the Lilith archetype offers a deeper understanding of her defiance, power, and complex legacy. It reminds us that echoes of powerful female figures like Lilith can reverberate through history, inspiring resilience and challenging societal norms, even from afar. Mata Hari, dancing on the razor's edge of Lilith's legacy. Mata Hari. The name conjures images of exotic dances, veiled mysteries, and a life entangled in the murky world of espionage. But beyond the alluring facade lies a complex narrative that eerily echoes the spirit of Lilith, the rebellious goddess. Was she a ruthless manipulator, using her beauty and charm to play both sides in the World War I battlefield for personal gain? Or was she a tragic pawn caught in the political and ideological maelstrom, ultimately sacrificed for reasons beyond her control? The allure and power of illusion. Like Lilith, who captivated Adam with her beauty before defying his dominion, Mata Hari wielded her captivating performances as a shield and a weapon. Her sensual dances captivated audiences across Europe, masking her keen intellect and ability to gather information. Just as Lilith used her nocturnal freedom to gather knowledge and power, Mata Hari navigated the perilous world of espionage, collecting secrets from the high-ranking officials mesmerized by her allure. Defying expectations, facing demonization. Both Mata Hari and Lilith challenged societal norms and faced harsh consequences. Mata Hari, born Margaretha Gertrude Zell, shed her past and reinvented herself as an exotic dancer, defying expectations of conventional womanhood. Likewise, Lilith refused to submit to Adam's control, choosing independence over societal norms. Yet both women were demonized by those who felt threatened by their power and independence. Mata Hari was portrayed as a femme fatale, a dangerous manipulator, while Lilith was vilified as a demon in some interpretations. Victim or victor? The blurring lines. Mata Hari's execution in 1917 remains shrouded in controversy. Was she a ruthless double agent deserving her fate, or a scapegoat caught in the crossfire of international powers. The ambiguity surrounding her motives mirrors the complexities of the Lilith archetype. Was Lilith solely a victim of male domination, or did she actively use her cunning for her own ends? The answer, like Mata Hari's legacy, remains open to interpretation. Beyond the enigma, examining the archetype's relevance. Exploring Mata Hari's life through the lens of the Lilith archetype offers more than just historical intrigue. It compels us to question the perception of female power, particularly when wielded outside societal norms. Both women navigated perilous situations, using their charm and cunning, blurring the lines beyond victim and manipulator. Ultimately, their stories challenge us to look beyond simplistic narratives and acknowledge the complexities of female agency, especially in context where their power threatens established structures. Mata Hari may remain an enigma, but her life, when examined alongside the echoes of Lilith, reminds us that the stories of women who defy expectations and wield their power in unconventional ways continues to resonate and challenge us across time and culture. Marilyn Monroe, untangling the Lilith within the bombshell. Marilyn Monroe, the name synonymous with Hollywood glamour and blonde bombshell allure, was far more than just a carefully crafted image. Beneath the surface of shimmering gowns and playful smiles resided a woman who embodied the fiery spirit of Lilith, defying expectations and challenging the very fabric of societal norms. Beyond the gaze, a spark of rebellion. Like Lilith, who refused to submit to Adam's dominion, Monroe actively resisted being solely defined by her beauty and sexuality. While Hollywood sought to exploit her image for commercial gain, Monroe embarked on a journey to reclaim her own narrative. She founded her own production company, defying the studio system and demanding control over her projects. This act of defiance mirrored Lilith's fight for autonomy, rejecting prescribed roles and seeking self-determination. From pinup to advocate, a voice for change. When the world saw Monroe as a glamorous starlet, she possessed a sharp intellect and a deep-seated desire for social justice. She openly supported civil rights movements, befriended intellectuals and artists, and even used her platform to advocate for mental health awareness. This multifaceted nature resonated with Lilith's complexity, a figure who transcended the confines of a singular interpretation and possessed both alluring charm and a rebellious spirit. A double-edged sword, celebration and condemnation. Despite her achievements, Monroe faced the same harsh realities as Lilith. Both were celebrated and condemned in equal measure. While captivating audiences with their undeniable talent and beauty, they were simultaneously judged and demonized for defying expectations. Monroe's struggles against exploitation and objectification mirrored Lilith's battles against societal constraints, highlighting the complexities of female power in a male-dominated world. Echoes through time, a legacy of defiance. Monroe's life, like Lilith's, serves as a powerful reminder of the enduring struggle for female agency. Both women challenged the status quo, leaving legacies that continue to inspire and provoke conversation. They remind us that beauty and power can coexist, that defying categorization is a strength, and that the fight for equality remains an ongoing journey. Beyond the simplistic comparison, it's important to note that comparing historical figures to archetypes can be a valuable tool for understanding their motivations and impact, but it shouldn't be seen as a definitive interpretation. Monroe, like any complex individual, was shaped by unique circumstances and experiences that deserve deeper exploration. By examining Monroe through the lens of the Lilith archetype, We gain a richer understanding of her multifaceted nature, her fight for agency, and the enduring relevance of her legacy. Her story serves as a testament to the power of women who defy expectations and challenge societal norms, reminding us that the echoes of Lilith's rebellion continue to reverberate through time. Beyond the surface, unveiling the dance of the archetype. These comparisons are not meant to paint each historical figure as a mere embodiment of Lilith. Instead, they serve as brushstrokes on a larger canvas, illuminating the enduring appeal of the Lilith archetype herself. Its present isn't about imposing a singular interpretation, but rather about recognizing a resonant melody echoing across the tapestry of history. Each woman, like Lilith, possessed a unique symphony of motivations, experiences, and triumphs, defying any attempt to fit them neatly into a single box. Lilith's influence, a call to reimagine the narrative. By recognizing the whispers of Lilith's spirit in these women, we embark on a journey beyond mere historical anecdotes. We begin to delve into the ongoing struggle for female agency, a fight with countless nuances and complexities that transcends time and cultural boundaries. Lilith's legacy serves as a powerful call to action, urging us to reevaluate the narratives imposed upon women throughout history. Questioning narratives, celebrating nonconformity. Instead of accepting simplistic explanations or succumbing to convenient labels, we must ask critical questions. What societal pressures shaped these women's choices? How did they navigate expectations that sought to constrain them? What forms of resistance did they employ, subtle or overt? In doing so, we celebrate the multifaceted nature of womanhood, refusing to reduce individuals to singular definitions. Empowered by defiance, the women we've explored, each in their own way, defied expectations. They challenged the status quo, embraced their autonomy, and carved their own paths in a world often hostile to their aspirations. Lilith's enduring influence lies in this very act of defiance, reminding us that nonconformity can be a source of immense power and inspiration. Beyond echoing whispers. But our journey doesn't end with simply identifying these echoes. We must move beyond passive recognition and actively engage with the questions they raise. How can we continue to dismantle narratives that seek to silence or constrain women? How can we create spaces that celebrate nonconformity and empower diverse voices? How can we amplify the stories of those who defy categorization, ensuring their legacies inspire future generations? Lilith's enduring presence is not merely a historical curiosity, but a strong reminder of the power and complexities of female agency. By embracing the whispers of her archetype, we embark on a path towards a more inclusive and equitable future, where the echoes of defiance become a chorus of empowered voices, shaping a world where all women can flourish. Thank you for listening. As always, we would appreciate a like, comment, and subscribe. This is Luciana Hartwin, and thank you for joining me here in the Lilithverse.